We have seen that, $1.7 trillion in the last 2 years. That is more than any other president has done in their first 2 years. So that is historic. That is, I should say, in recent years. And that is something that the president continues to be committed to, because if you look at his budgets, as I just stated moments ago, $3 trillion. That's what he said he's going to cut the budget in the next 10 years. So he is committed to that. And if you look at the Inflation Reduction Act, if you look at other pieces of legislation, it actually helps to cut the deficit. So the president is committed. And if you, just to do a little deep dive on the budget, it cuts $200 billion in spending by strengthening Medicare's power to negotiate for lower prescription drug prices. It cuts $30 billion in spending on tax subsidies on big oil companies. It reduces the deficit by $100 billion by fully funding the IRS, so there are enough agents to thoroughly look at the taxes of billionaires and others. Reduces the deficit by more than $1 trillion by making billionaires and wealthiest pay their fair share. That's what we've put forward. The Republicans in the House put something very different, the complete opposite, that's going to hurt American families by cutting veteran care, by cutting health care, and also making sure that law enforcement as well is cut. And so that's what they put forward, and this is the conversation that is happening right now with the staff members.
Consumer sentiment went down to 57.7. It's a number, but it fell from a significant amount. Is the president concerned going forward that consumers are getting less confident about the economy as we go into the end of the year?
So a couple of things. I'm glad you asked that question. So the University of Michigan's release actually cites the threat of default as a reason for the full faith in consumer sentiment. So kind of to Weijie's question, they're paying attention, or someone who asked me a question about have we talked enough to the American people. They're actually paying attention. They're listening to what's happening, what they're hearing from Congress, Republicans in the House, saying that they're going to threaten, essentially, not saying, but laying a plan that says they're going to potentially hold the American economy hostage. So the same way refusing to pay our bills would make a bank lose trust in you, Congress failing to pay our country's bills would make the world lose their faith in the United States. And that's what we're seeing from this particular University of Michigan's consumer sentiment.
So does that number then make the president more likely to come to a deal on the debt ceiling?
There's no deal to be had on the debt ceiling. There's no negotiation to be had on the debt ceiling. This is something that Congress needs to do. This is something that they need to act on. This is something that is their constitutional duty. The president has been very clear about that.
Will Congress provide Social Security beneficiaries with an extra $500 each month? New data shows that retirees and seniors will need at least a $500 monthly benefit increase to cover the rising cost of living. The Biden administration is now launching one of Washington's most ambitious efforts to reduce climate change. My dear friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, in a video later today, I'll be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway, so please make sure that you do stay tuned. If you'd like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Next year's Social Security cost of living adjustment will likely be less than half of the increase that seniors enjoyed in 2023, as inflation continues to cool this year. The Senior Citizens League predicts that Social Security benefits will increase 3.1% for 2024, and this is based on current inflation numbers, while Moody's Analytics puts the increase at 3.2%. Both estimates are far smaller than the 8.7% boost that the federal government delivered this year, which was the biggest increase in benefits in 4 decades, and raised the average retiree benefit by more than $140 each month. The smaller COLA may not be enough for more than 70 million retired citizens and disabled workers who are still struggling with rising prices. It is a persistent problem with how COLAs are measured. Mary Johnson, Social Security policy analyst at the Senior Citizens League, told Yahoo Finance, "Our current method of adjusting Social Security benefits tends to only do a mediocre job, because the index that's used to adjust benefits does not track the spending patterns of retired adults over the age of 62. The lower estimate reflects the news that consumer prices in April showed that while inflation pressures remain high in the United States economy, the headline prices rose at the slowest annual rate since the period ending April 2021. According to the latest data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Consumer Price Index revealed prices in March rose 0.1% on a monthly basis and 5% from the year prior. More than half of seniors say they're very worried the COLA for next year will fall short of inflation because their monthly household budgets have increased by $185, or more than the extra $140 per month this year's 8.7% COLA increase provided. Other research in April by the Senior Citizens League also found that the average benefits fell short of inflation by about $1,100 from January 2021 to December of 2022. Average benefits in 2023 so far have only recouped about $179 of that total since the start of this year. Part of the problem is the index used to calculate COLA does not necessarily reflect the typical spending that retirees do. Since the year 2000, the Senior Citizens League has created its own Social Security Buying Power Index that tracks the price of 38 goods and services that are typically used by retirees over the same period. To match the buying power that Social Security's monthly benefits provided for beneficiaries in the year 2000, retirees would now need an extra $516 per month. So dear friends, what do you think the COLA should be for 2024? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. The Biden administration is also announcing a climate rule that would require most fossil fuel power plants to slash their greenhouse gas pollution 90% between the year 2035 and 2040, or else they will be shut down. The highly anticipated regulation being unveiled is just the latest step in President Biden's campaign to green the United States economy. It's an effort that has brought a counterattack from Republicans and Democratic Senator Joe Manchin. That's on top of efforts by President Biden's agencies to promote the use of electric cars, subsidize green energy sources like solar and wind, and tighten regulations on products, including gas stoves and dishwashers. The draft power plant rule from the Environmental Protection Agency would break new ground by requiring steep pollution cuts from plants burning coal or natural gas, which together provide the lion's share of the nation's electricity. To justify the size of those cuts, the agency says fossil fuel plants could capture their greenhouse gas emissions before they hit the atmosphere. It is a long-debated technology that no power plant in the United States uses at the current moment. However, Republicans argue the rule offers yet more regulatory overreach that will cost Biden politically. Combined natural gas and coal produced nearly 60% of the country's electricity last year, while renewable sources like wind and solar only contributed just over 21%. So dear friends, what are your thoughts about climate change? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Well, my beautiful and most awesome friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Friday afternoon. Thank you, dearest friends, for joining me here and for being part of this community. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway in a video later today. If you'd like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances, friends, of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed Friday.